Good evening. We will now bring the December 4th, 2024 Board of Education reorganization meeting to order. Can everyone please rise for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance.
United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, a nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Welcome. Ms. Hill, can you please do the roll call?
Mr. Comfort. Absent. Thank you. Mr. McGinley.
Here.
Mrs. Banks.
Here.
Mr. Stribinger.
Present.
Mrs. Fagora.
Here.
Mrs. Mazzola. Here. Mrs. Shepard.
Here.
Mr. Flacco. And Mr. Fishman. Mr. Off.
Here.
And Mr. President.
Here.
That is all.
The date of the Jim Thorpe Area School District reorganization meeting was announced at the December 13th, 2023 board meeting and subsequently advertised in local newspapers and published on the district's website. All members of the board were provided in advance with notice of the reorganization meeting as to the date, time, and location of the meeting. At this time, I will call for nominations of a temporary president.
I'd like to nominate Dennis McGinley.
Like to second that?
Do I have any other nominations? I have a motion and a second to nominate Dennis McGinley. Hearing no other nominations, all in favor of nominating Dennis McGinley as the temporary president, say aye.
You gotta close the nominations, Brian.
The nominations are closed.
Thank you, sir. At this time, I'll call for nominations for the board president. Before we get into that, I would like to make it known that I will not take the nomination. If I'm nominated, I will reject the nomination. And I'll tell you the reason why I'm going to do that. Because I enjoyed my last year here, and we got a lot done. But some people, what they don't understand is we put up with a lot and supported members out in public and here in the board meeting. There's some things that some people can do and other people cannot do. We have a member of the board whose daughter is a senior in high school. As the board president and any member of the board has the right to do, they can give their child their diploma. However, as the board president, you not only get to hand your child a diploma, you get to sign it. And there's nothing better than to give your child a diploma knowing that no matter where they go, they take that diploma along with them and their family member sign the diploma. So at this time, I will not accept the nomination, but I will make a recommendation, or would you rather do that yourself? Go ahead.
I'd like to nominate Ms. Mary Fagora for president.
Second.
I have a nomination. I'll nominate myself to be the president of the board.
Is there a second? Is there a second?
I will say why I nominate myself to be the president of the board, because nobody else knows what I know about this district.
Is there a second? All right, nomination not here. Roll call vote for Mrs. Fagora, please.
Mr. McGinley.
Yes.
Mrs. Banks.
Yes.
Mr. Stribinger.
No.
Mrs. Fedora,
Yes.
Mrs. Mazzola,
Yes.
Mrs. Shepherd,
Yes.
Mr. Fishy.
Yes.
7 yeses, 2 absent, motion passes. Oh, I'm sorry.
What was that again, Kim?
I'm sorry, I made a mistake, yes. 6 yes, 1 no, 2 absent.
I say no, and the reason I'll qualify my no for Mrs. Fagora, we have $14 million in a fund balance, and she wanted to raise taxes last time around. That's a joke. That's all I have.
Thank you. I'd like to thank my fellow board members for allowing me this honor to be your board president. Moving on, at this time I will call for nominations for the board vice president.
I'd like to motion for Dennis McGinley as the vice president.
Second that.
Do I have any other nominations? Any other nominations? Hearing no others, I make a motion to close nominations. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Moving on to 5.01, we're looking for approval of the board meeting schedule. We are going to continue with the regular meetings, which is the third Wednesday of the month. We do have an exception next December, on December 11th, we're doing a voting meeting.
Do we need a vote on Mr. McGinley as vice president?
We can roll it. Kim, please.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Mrs. Banks,
Yes.
Mr. Schubinger,
Yes.
Mrs. Fedora,
Yes.
Mrs. Mazzola,
Yes.
Mrs. Shepherd,
Yes.
Mr. Fishy.
Yes.
7 yeses, 2 absent, motion passes.
Moving on to approval of the board meeting schedule, which is included in the packet. Again, regular meetings are the third Wednesday of the month, except for next week, we're having a meeting on December 11th, and the reorganization meeting on December 3rd, 2025. And we're going to have committee meetings on the second Wednesday of the month as scheduled or needed. I'd like a motion to accept the proposed board meeting dates.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments?
We'll get this out advertised in the paper tomorrow.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. For 5.02, committee appointments. I'm proposing individuals to fill available positions. I move for the appointment of the following individuals. 5.03, appoint Joe Schuster as a member of the CCTI Joint Operating Committee for a 3-year term. 5.04, appoint Mr. Flacco as an alternate member of the CCTI Joint Operating Committee for a 1-year term. 5.05, appoint Christopher Fishy as a member of the Bergen County Area Technical School Authority for a 5-year term.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments? Questions? According to Robert's rules, since it's an appointment, no second is necessary. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. I'd like a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you.
And it goes back to the third. The third, they're not having this.